Hi everybody, welcome to day 22 of meditation. So thank you everyone who's been joining. Remember, our purpose of this meditation for these 30 days is to build a daily habit and really feel what meditation and stay in that silence can do for us every day. So I'm really grateful you all have been joining. We did have time change, so we're going to have a lighter meditation for this next 8 days. Hi Becky, good to see you on here. Thank you for joining. I got my voice back, most of it, so hopefully it's a little more peaceful today. Our theme of the day is the power of pause. Just really taking advantage of that time of silence before, if we're feeling anxious, before responding to something that doesn't feel good in our body, anything that you're feeling stressful about, or a shift in mood. So thinking about today as we move through our day and through our week, of the power of the pause. Like, it's okay to pause before we answer somebody if we're not feeling okay in the body, right? These are our signs. Our body is constantly telling us that something's going on. It can tell us in our belly. It can tell us by that anxiousness. And really, what I tell myself, if I'm unsure, the answer is leaning towards no. But I'm just going to sit with it, right? So I've been a pauser. I can't say always, but I try to be a pauser for the last, 10 years of my life, because I've learned that I don't make great decisions in emotions for me. And I feel like everybody should calm down a little bit before we make decisions, because who makes it a good decision in anger or any emotion? So today we're talking about the power of pause and the silence that can be. So before you walk into a meeting, if you're feeling anxious, take a few breaths in that silence and in that pause to reframe who you are. It gives us a chance to check in with our awareness and bring us to our true, powerful selves, right? If we're walking in kind of shaky, that shaky is going to transform into the energy in the room. So finding that power of pause where you can really bring in your breath, bring in that unity with your body, and make sure that mind and body are connected as you walk through the world and do these important things that you're doing. So we're going to move into our meditation today and pause before our day today. This is another sense of pause. There's so many. Let's move into checking in with your senses. It's such a pretty day here today. I don't know if you can see the fall leaves behind me, but it's all in the hills in front of me. It's gorgeous. Let's take a moment to bring in that awareness of this moment. Those of you who've been following along, this is our day 22, so bringing ourselves into our first part of meditation, which is tuning into your senses. Really feeling what's happening in the body at this time, and being okay if you're not feeling it. If you're having a hard time checking in body, that's where you are too. We're in full acceptance of how we show up in our meditation practice. Starting to focus on the breath. Let's bring it to that intentional inhale, filling the lungs from bottom to top. Slow release at the same rhythm. Nice and steady breath, rhythmic. Notice any tension in the body. Noticing any tension in the face, shoulders, and all the way down the spine. Your sit bones and your legs become heavier. A moment to bring in that gratitude for this connection, for our ability to pause. and that gratitude for anything that comes to mind for you today. Bringing ourselves a little deeper in. Let's go into our stillness and our quiet. Remembering that since this is a live video, we only do a minute. I recommend staying in for 5 minutes if you're in a hurry. I really love a good 45 minutes a day for me. Moment to step in and bring those senses in. Anytime your mind starts to wander away from this pause, bringing it back to something on the body that brings awareness. Letting that breath start to bring back to present. And let's take some deep, intentional breaths at the end of that silence, just to really fill that body up. Deepest breath you've taken today. And letting everything go. Thank you for taking a moment of pause with me today in this meditation. Remembering the power of pausing and just remembering as we go through our week and that we have a right to take time for ourselves. And also just taking that little pause or that 1 minute to breathe and connect our mind and body before a stressful situation, before a conversation, before to shift your mood back, whatever it is, can really help the outcome of the next event, the next conversation, whatever it is. I use it a lot as a parent. As a big one as a parent is that pause before I speak, the pause before I have a conversation. And it helps me realize, like, is this really a big deal or not to me and my emotions that are happening at that moment? So